Let's create a testimonial campaign. This is a fantastic way to capture testimonials from your clients. You can get them in text format, video format, or even a combination of both. And I'm going to show you how to set it up either way. What's great about the testimonials with our platform is that we can also share those testimonials to your social feeds automatically. We can also give them an opportunity to very easily share their testimonial with their social followers too on a number of different platforms. Let's get into it. First thing we want to do to create this campaign is click campaigns in the left side. Then we're going to filter down by testimonials. So any one of these will work. Let's just say we're a restaurant. So let's start with one of these. You can always preview it, but I'm just going to click use this template. So next step is to give it a good name because we might create additional testimonial campaigns in the future. Let's just say restaurant testimonial. And what are we promoting? So the first thing to understand about testimonials is there's two types. There's a company and a product. The difference is how the testimonials are displayed once they're captured. So when we capture a company testimonial, it's going to display on all other company testimonials that you create, all other campaigns that you create in your workspace. Now, the alternative is product. And the difference here is if you create a product testimonial campaign, then you can have a second product testimonial campaign that will be completely separate from the other one. So it will only display video testimonials and text testimonials that were submitted within each one of the campaigns separately. So the company one blends them all together, and the product ones keeps them separate. So if you have, for example, 3 different restaurant locations and they're all very unique, maybe they have a slightly different name, they're in a different area or neighborhood, and you want to keep those testimonials separate, then you would want to select product. I only have, let's just say I have one restaurant, or it's a chain where they're all really the same, and if somebody leaves a message for my New Jersey one, I want it to appear, if somebody's looking at my New York restaurant campaign. So let's leave this as company. That's one important decision that we've made. Let's move on to the next decision. This is a biggie. Okay, the media type is very important. If you only want to create video testimonials, then it keeps it nice and clean. It's going to create a gallery where all of the videos are kind of stacked side by side in a nice grid format. It's going to show the name of the person. It's going to let people, like and favorite it. It's going to let people share it. If you do either text or video and text, either one of these have a similar format, and it's going to be each one of the testimonials will be full width. It's going to show the entire text, the whole width of the campaign page. And if there's a video, it's going to show the video right next to that text. So video is the cleanest way of doing it. So I'm going to leave this one video only. Display posts. So display posts is going to be checked. And what this is going to allow you to do is have a gallery screen. When people go to your campaign, the first thing they're going to see is a gallery of all the testimonials that those before them have left. And if I disengage this, the problem with unchecking this is now all it's going to do is collect testimonials, but they won't be able to see all the cool testimonials that other people have left. If that suits your use case, that's fine to do. You can remove this. But I'm going to leave my gallery there just so people can go check out all the kind things that other people have to say about our restaurant. You can change the sort. I recommend leaving it as the newest, but you can also sort by most likes, and that's when they click the little heart next to the entry. You can also sort videos by which one generated the most leads or revenue if you're tracking that within our software. There's a separate tutorial on how to track revenue. And this is only for really high volume applications. In order to generate enough referrals from your testimonials, to generate enough revenue to have the data to do a proper sort, you need to have a pretty decent volume. So if you're a small shop, I would just keep it fresh and have the newest ones showing up at the top. Display a like button next to each video. This is highly recommended. This shows a little heart next to it so they can click it and they can favorite that video. Also display like counts. This is totally up to you. If there's one testimonial that gets 30 likes and the other one only gets 10 likes, it might just make the original person who recorded it feel good. And people who are looking at it might say, you know what, I'm going to go watch the one that has 30 likes because it's more relevant. People were engaging with it more. So I recommend leaving both of these the way they are, checked. And collect entries, you'll definitely want to include this. The only reason you would want to uncheck this is if you no longer want to collect new testimonials and you just want to turn this into a gallery of your existing testimonials. So since I've left this I've got a number of things that I need to decide on. One of them is the maximum video recording time. I think 60 seconds is kind of the sweet spot. Some people will do 30, but let people tell a story. It's hard to tell a full story in 30 minutes or 30 seconds. Giving them a full minute is long enough to tell a story, but short enough where it's really going to hurry them along and they don't go meandering off into different topics. Because people don't want to sit around for a 2 or 3 minute video sometimes. So 60 seconds is what I recommend. The rules and disclaimer link, this probably is not necessary, but if you are going to do one of the more advanced features like referral rewards, which we'll be getting to in a minute here, you may want to add rules, and doing that is super easy. Just check the box. And you would either link to a set of rules on your website or just paste a set of rules right here within our system, and we will host those rules for you. I'm not going to use rules because I'm not going to be doing anything super advanced with my particular campaign. Submission form, we have a default one that basically asks them for name, email, and if you want to get more advanced than that, like you could add a custom form where you're asking questions like, oh, did you come during like the morning or night shift or lunch versus dinner? You can have another field that asks, who is your server? That way you can kind of reach out to the server and say, hey, this person was really happy. Here's a bonus. Or this person was really upset. Please please change your ways. Otherwise, we might have a different conversation. Those types of things. So capturing that additional information is really easy by creating a custom form, and there is a separate tutorial video out there on creating custom submission forms. List integration. If you've already created an integration at the top right, that's fantastic. And what would happen is, like, let's say you integrated your MailChimp list, that's for your email marketing. What will happen is if somebody submits a testimonial, we will add them to your testimonial list or whatever list you want us to add it to within your MailChimp. And now you can create an automation that sends them an email. And maybe you add them to a certain list, of people who have left feedback for you guys. Email notifications, we set this up for you by default, but it's very simple to customize your email notifications. And if you check our tutorials, there is a video tutorial on how to create email notifications and edit email notifications. So it's a great way to add some branding to your emails, or you can just use our default one. So down here, there is a really special feature called referral rewards. So referral rewards allows you to actually give people rewards for doing certain things, like referring their friends to do certain actions and perform certain actions. And we can actually track those actions and generate and trigger rewards to the original person for you. So adding a referral reward is a bit of a setup, but it's really worth it because you are going to generate a ton of additional business from those referrals. We do have an additional tutorial on adding referral rewards that I encourage you guys to watch if you choose to add referral rewards to your testimonial. And keep in mind that the reason we're not including that in this testimonial or in this tutorial is you can also add referral rewards to your video galleries And you can also add referral rewards to your photo galleries. So you can use referral rewards in a number of different campaign types. I'm going to click continue. So here's where you would customize your design. Obviously, if you have a restaurant, you're going to want to change the background. And there is a complete tutorial on how to create a great design for your campaign. So you'll want to go through the full design editor tutorial to see all of the ways of customizing this. But there are some simple things you could do. And basically the way it works is whatever you click on, it's going to expand in the left and allow you to change it. So if I wanted to change out this image with a picture of my restaurant, which would be really smart, I would just be able to click here, select a different image of my restaurant, and it will change the entire background. If you want to change any of this text, just type it. It's super easy to make edits. You can insert your logo just by clicking and add an image. And you probably are familiar with this. This is just a typical HTML editor. So you can add any kind of formatting just by highlighting things and making changes over here. Note that you can change the design of the entry screen, the home screen, or the thank you screen. So the home screen for your video testimonials is going to be the gallery. The next screen is going to be the entry screen, which this is where they actually submit their video. And there's a couple ways for them to submit. They could either upload a file that they already have on their computer. It's only going to give them this option on a desktop computer. If they're on a phone already, it's just going to have a record button. If they're on a desktop, it'll say record from phone, and it will actually send them a text message on their phone with a custom link to start recording, and it will automatically know to go to the right campaign. But again, if they're on their phone, it's really nice because it just has a record button and makes it really simple for them. And just know that all of our designs are mobile responsive, so it's going to look great on their cell phone. And finally, the thank you screen. There is one little customization you could do here, which is the thank you message. So let's say we've promised them a free dessert if they've left a testimonial. What you would say here is, please share to all networks below. And then we might add to this, like, once we approve your testimonial, we are going to email you that free dessert coupon that we promised you. And then what you would want to do is go back to that the email notifications area in the settings step back here, and just include in that email notification that this client does receive a free dessert, and they will receive that via email automatically once you approve their testimonial. That way, if they just record nonsense, you can decline it and they will never get their coupon. Also, as a note, that's why I would never give them any rewards on the thank you screen. Don't just give them a link here to a free dessert because you haven't approved it yet. They literally might record something that you do not like and do not approve of, yet they would already be given their free dessert. So maybe you start this way where they show the phone to the waiter and it says, hey, thank you for your testimonial. Please show this to the waiter and you'll get your free dessert. And that way, if people start abusing that, though, you might want to just wait until it's approved and send that via email. Then they can use that free dessert for their next visit. Next, we're going to move on to social share. This is how you customize what it looks like when people share their testimonial that they submit to you. So we definitely want to allow the user to share their submission to social. So what you could do is add a link to your restaurant. So this would be like yourrestaurant.com, whatever the URL of your restaurant is. You can actually update the preview and customize how it is previewed in the social feeds. You can also add a default comment in the social share message, which might be like, check out my video. I love eating here. And be more creative than that, please. But this will pre-populate in the share field to make it easier for them to just either make a tweak or just accept it as is and share it to their social feeds. You can also add a coupon or a white paper to the social share. So this will generate a little, it'll generate a little link within their social share. So in the message itself, the main link will still be to your website, but it'll generate another little call to action like view coupon, and then it'll put a shortened link. So if you put a link to a special coupon that you have on your website, and then you say view coupon here as a call to action, it will automatically add this to the end of their social message. I'm not going to include that in this sample. So override account moderation settings. I wouldn't do this, but you can override it and say just approve everything, and that will keep things moving smoothly. But just understand that somebody might upload something offensive, and you're going to be letting that go to your gallery, and you're also going to be allowing that to go to your social feeds, because as soon as it gets approved, it's going to go out to your social media feeds too. So speaking of that, this is how you also publish the approved submissions only to your social media accounts. Just check this box and just select the different accounts that you have connected to your workspace. So I can push these testimonials to my Twitter, my Facebook, and my Instagram. And I can also customize what the message is that goes out with the video that is put on my newsfeed. So I can say like first and last, like, if it's Jane Doe that they submit in the form, or I can just have it say Jane just submitted this to our One Recommend Us Videos campaign. It's just inserting the name of the campaign. So I would change this to something like to our video testimonial gallery or something that makes more sense. And this will show up along with the video in your social media feeds. This is a great way to keep that social media feed full of media, like really, really high engagement content. And when you're done with this, you're all done. You're set up. You can click continue now, and it's going to generate a microsite link. So you can email this right now to your entire database of customers, and it will be basically prompting them to submit a testimonial. You can also use these widgets that we generate for you. We write all the code so it's ready to go. This is a great way to quickly add the campaign to your website or your blog. You can do that either with a little sticky tab over here on the right that might say like video testimonials. That way if people are evaluating you, they can go and watch a gallery of testimonials. It might make them feel better about booking a visit with you. You can also embed this on any page of your website using an iframe. It'll actually create code for a pop-up. So let's say they try to leave your restaurant website. Well, it's going to have a little pop-up that says, hey, check out our testimonials. And you can also, create button code where you can insert a button anywhere on your website or blog. And if they click that, then it will generate a pop-up right there on the page without leaving the page, showing them testimonials. So good luck to you. I hope this is very profitable for your business, and it's time to start collecting some user-generated feedback.